The Senate hearing was already heated when Senator Lindsey Graham took the mic. He glanced across the room, eyes locking onto Representative Jasmine Crockett, ready to challenge her stance. Few expected what would unfold in the next few minutes. "Congresswoman Crockett," Graham began, tone sharp, "you've made quite a name for yourself with rhetoric. But do you have substance behind it?" The room fell into a brief silence. Crockett didn't flinch. She leaned forward slightly, her tone calm but biting. "Senator Graham, I find it fascinating that you confuse passion with lack of substance. But I'll indulge you." Graham smirked, clearly expecting to trap her in a policy contradiction. "You said last week that the recent border bill was a dog whistle in legislative form. Care to explain that in policy terms?" Without missing a beat, Crockett replied, "Sure. Let's start with Section 7, which increases detainment periods without offering due process. That's unconstitutional. Sounds substantive enough." The room stirred. Graham narrowed his eyes. "You're mischaracterizing the bill." He tried to sound confident, but his tone wavered. "I'm reading directly from the text, Senator," she said, lifting a binder filled with notes. "If you'd like to review it, I've highlighted the exact language you approved." Laughter and murmurs echoed from the press gallery. Graham adjusted his tie, clearly uncomfortable. "So you oppose border security?" Crockett's voice turned steel cold. "I oppose cruelty masquerading as policy. I support smart security, not racism codified into law." Graham interrupted, "That's a gross overstatement." His voice rose, showing his irritation. But Crockett remained composed. "Is it?" she asked. "Then why are we expanding private detention contracts with zero accountability? Is that your idea of security?" The senator tried to pivot. "Let's talk about crime rates instead. Your state's not doing too well either, is it?" Crockett chuckled softly. "Senator, I wasn't elected to dodge facts with whataboutism. If your best defense is attacking Texas crime rates, that's a weak hill to die on." A hush fell across the hearing room. Staffers exchanged glances. Even reporters stopped typing for a moment to listen more intently. "Let's move to the judiciary," Graham said, grasping for control. "You criticized the Supreme Court's recent ruling. Do you believe in judicial independence?" "Absolutely," she said, "but independence isn't immunity from critique. If a justice accepts luxury gifts from billionaires, they're not independent, they're compromised." That hit a nerve. Graham shot back, "That's a dangerous accusation without evidence." "I'm quoting ProPublica's reporting," Crockett said. "Do you deny Clarence Thomas took undisclosed gifts from GOP donors?" Graham stammered, This isn't about Justice Thomas. It is when ethics are involved," Crockett said sharply. "If we can't talk about corruption, why are we here?" His voice cracked slightly. "This is not your courtroom, Congresswoman." "No, it's your circus," she shot back, "and unfortunately, you're the ringmaster who keeps losing control of the animals." The audience gasped audibly. Even Graham's fellow Republicans turned to him, unsure of what would come next. "You want to talk about decorum?" she asked. "Tell that to the mobs you empowered on January 6. "That's not fair," he muttered, visibly shaken. "I didn't incite anything. But you defended those who did," Crockett said. "Your selective memory won't protect you from the public record." Graham leaned back, now more reserved. "Let's get back to policy." Finally, she said, "Let's discuss the Voting Rights Act. Why did you vote against restoring protections that were stripped?" He sighed. "Because states deserve control over their own elections." Crockett pressed, "Then why support federal laws on voter ID mandates?" "That's federal overreach, isn't it?" Caught in contradiction, Graham fumbled. "It's about integrity. Voter fraud is statistically negligible," she snapped. "You're solving a problem that doesn't exist to suppress votes that do." Again, silence blanketed the room. Graham's face flushed. Crockett's poise was undeniable. "You've made a career out of defending double standards, Senator," she continued. "And now you're mad I'm calling them out." "This is not a trial," he repeated, almost pleading. "This is a policy hearing. And policy is built on values," she said. "If yours shift with every news cycle, then maybe it's time you retire." Even Graham's staff looked stunned. He tried one last jab. "Well, your party's not exactly united either." "That's true," she said. "But at least we don't excuse insurrection to score political points." Senator Graham looked visibly defeated. He shuffled his papers, but they offered no rescue. "I came here prepared, Senator," she said. Not to grandstand, but to remind you, public office is not a privilege, it's a responsibility. Her voice rose. You've turned it into a game, but people are dying from your inaction. From healthcare to gun violence, you've failed them. Graham mumbled something, inaudible, then tried to reclaim time. But no one was listening anymore. Even the moderator didn't intervene. It was clear who had command of the room. Crockett continued, you may not like my tone, but I'm not here to soothe fragile egos. I'm here to tell the truth. The crowd in the gallery shifted again, quiet but charged with approval. You call me loud, she added. Then hear this, your silence on injustice is deafening. I've sat through years of gaslighting, she said. But not today. Today, I respond, with facts. Graham leaned back again, eyes darting across the room. He looked like he wanted to be anywhere else. Maybe next time you challenge me, she said, come with more than bluster. Come with answers. He gave no reply. His silence was louder than any denial he could offer. This country deserves leaders who fight for people, not protect privilege, Crockett said. Graham finally whispered, I yield my time. The moderator nodded. Representative Crockett, thank you. That concludes this portion. As Crockett closed her binder, reporters swarmed into the hallway to file their leads. Social media erupted. Clips of her fiery takedown were already trending by the time she left the chamber. Pundits praised her command of policy and fearless delivery. Graham's retreat became a viral meme. Across the country, young women of color reposted her quotes. We don't soothe egos, we speak truth, became a new rallying cry. Her office received thousands of emails in support. Aides had never seen such a response. Crockett wasn't surprised. People are tired, she said. Tired of the lies. Tired of the games. When asked by reporters what she thought of Graham's attempt, she smiled. He thought I'd fold. Instead, I educated him. Back in the Senate, Graham avoided interviews. He declined to comment on the hearing. Crockett's performance wasn't just political, it was personal. It echoed decades of being underestimated. She knew this wasn't the last time she'd be tested. But that day, she'd set a precedent. The message was loud and clear, if you come for Jasmine Crockett, come correct, or don't come at all. Political analysts began reevaluating her rise. What was once dismissed as noise, now sounded like leadership. Even critics admitted, she backed every bold word with a paper trail and a policy plan. In the days following, fundraising for her campaign surged. Supporters called it a mic drop moment. But for Crockett, it was just Tuesday. She didn't come to play games, she came to change them. And Lindsey Graham? He'll think twice before trying to embarrass Jasmine Crockett again.